today we will see multiple fascinating cases like we did every week. And so, our first case for this week will be a lovely case of serenomelia. We do have here a wonderful case, and actually, all the comments were about serenomelia. Here we do have Dr. Vivica serenomelia type 1. And hereby, Dr. Ala Obaid giving us a wonderful collage that is depicting for us types of serenomelia, which we do have here many types, and hereby we will say that it's type 1 of serenomelia because all the bones of the thigh and the lower leg are present, and this is the classification of serenomelia as you can see it. And this is a picture of the outcome of the birth, which is this case of serenomelia. Okay, so we do have here a case of serenomelia as we can see here, and this is a lovely classification that's giving us the appearance of type 1 serenomelia where all the bones of the leg are present. So I will use this collage of Dr. Ala as my cover photo in the YouTube channel. All the comments were absolutely right. And here you see Dr. Bawana Garag saying with the vitelline artery. And yes, this is the vitelline artery. So we do have here a vitelline artery which is noted or giving us the appearance. This is the vasculature of the lower limb, which will arise as a vitelline artery, which is another significant appearance of the syndrome or the case, which is serenomelia, which will you find the vitelline artery, and here it's type 1 because it has to have multiple types like Dr. Ala has depicted for us. Okay, let's go to our second case, but first we will go and change. Yes, extreme example, okay, of the coderegression syndrome, but we will go and write this lovely, not single umbilical. Here it's vitelline artery. Serenomelia with vitelline artery, not single umbilical artery. Okay, I will go and change the our blog. We will change our blog here. If you could, Dr. Ala, if you are watching the live, please, the YouTube is telling me that a cover photo will be more than 2 megabytes, so he needs a smaller image of your wonderful collage. If you can help me with that, I will be very grateful. I need to put your collage with the classification apparent. With vitelline artery, and let's write like Dr. Ala said, type 1, because we do have multiple types. Okay, let's go back to our wonderful cases, and let's see case number 2. Case number 2 in our life. And case number 2, my friends, was having a wonderful depiction. This is the one. Yes. It is saying, please describe these findings in the video. Dr. Shaima, I guess you didn't see our previous lives depicting the right atrial isomers, but let's say monoventricle. with heart block and heterotaxy. Yes. So let's go and take the wonderful answer by Dr. Nicholas. But let's see. Here we do have a one ventricle, and I guess I'm trying to say that it's a double inlet left ventricle. It's a double inlet left ventricle with heterotaxy. Double inlet left ventricle monoventricle with the heterotaxy, because we can see that this case here is like 13 or 14 weeks, so it's very early to give a final diagnosis, but you can almost see that the stomach is noted to the left side and the heart is noted to the right side, the axis. So there will be heterotaxy also, and the effusion that you can see. So it's lethal and the fetus will die in utero. So it's a case of double inlet left ventricle. We do have one monoventricle with two atria noted and effusion noted and the heart block, my friends. So let's go to our YouTube channel and change also the change here. Yes. In this case, that was very interesting. Heterotaxy, every block. Complex congenital heart disease will be, my friend, of double inlet left ventricle. Double inlet. It's double inlet. Double inlet left ventricle, my friends. Double inlet left ventricle. We will write monoventricle. And the yes, double inlet left ventricle. Monoventricle heterotaxy, AV block, pericardial effusion, fetal echo. This is our case. Thank you for all your inputs. Thank you for all your inputs. AV block. You don't have to write fetal echo, yes. Okay. Double inlet left ventricle, pericardial effusion, fetal. So you can say fetal. So if you're searching for it, it will appear to you. So that was a wonderful case, wonderful collage. Thank you for my LinkedIn friends that have responded to this wonderful case, which is at, like I'm saying, 14 or 13 weeks with the transvaginal ultrasound. Yes, you can spot the anomalies in this early age. Let's say 14 weeks fetus. Okay, let's go back to our cases. The third case, which is a case we have seen together many times, which is the case of fracture femur, bowing. Yes, bowing femur, osteogenesis imperfecta, bowing of femur. I guess we have seen it together many times, this fracture femur, in the case of osteogenesis imperfecta. And here, our friend is saying umbilical cord angiomyxome. I guess it's umbilical cord cyst with abundant Wharton jelly, which will you find, maybe find in case of skeletal dysplasia or in case of chromosomal abnormalities. But the main event here is our bowing or fracture femur osteogenesis imperfecta, my friends. So let's go here and change our block like that. Bowing of femur dash fracture femur. Fetal ultrasound. That was a wonderful case, and I hope you go in my archive and see other cases like it. under the name osteogenesis imperfecta. Let's go back to our other cases. We will find another case here, which is a case of limb body wall complex. Limb body wall complex, bravo Candice. It's a limb body wall complex. No, Dr. Antonius, is a case of limb body wall complex, like Dr. Ala said. No, not always. It's a limb body wall complex. Limb body wall complex, my friends. It's a case of limb body wall complex, and we will change here the blog. We will change here the blog. The gastroschisis is what gives it away. So if you're starting here the video, and I will show you right now, if you're starting here the video like you should from the beginning, you will notice something very important. What is that you are noticing? Let's take the link of the live. Let's take the link of the live. This is happening now. Let's get a shareable link and tell our friends that we are live now. Live on our channel now, on our YouTube channel now, discussing the weak cases. Live on our YouTube channel, discussing cases. Okay, let's go back. This was a case of, like we have said, the limb body wall complex, and we will see right here. Let's go see from the beginning of the video. This is a gastroschisis. All of the abdominal organs are outside with a scoliotic deformity. The only thing that does not make it a pentalogy of Cantrell is that the heart is still inside the chest. I wish from all of my heart that the heart is outside, so I can say that this is a case of pentalogy of Cantrell, but you will see the final case in our collection this week. I did fulfill my wish, like we will see in a moment. Okay, let's go back here to the answers. We did have a wonderful answer from all our colleagues, but Dr. Ala, it's not OIS. We have seen OIS together. It's not OIS. It's a case of limb body wall complex. Dr. Antonus, it's a limb body wall complex. Dr. Candice, same. So it was lovely answer from all, but the main event is gastroschisis with scoliosis. So let's see the star of the week. The star of the week in our cases. Star of the week in our cases. Let's go and see. Yes, we will see here the important case. We will see here an important case. We will see here an important case, which is our ultra post, which is about Bevis-Wedman syndrome. We did have a case this week showing macroglossia and showing an omphalocele. So if you've seen here in this case, there is macroglossia, and it's not micrognesia protruding the tongue. No, it's a case of macroglossia. The tongue is substantially large, giving the appearance of macroglossia, and it's not that the mandible is small. No, So the first thought that, like Laura said, is macroglossia. And then she said that there appeared to be a diaphragmatic hernia with hard deviation. Yes, it's a left posterolateral diaphragmatic hernia, bugdalic hernia, not CPAM. Like we have seen here, Big-Vis-Widman syndrome, macroglossia omphalocele, yes, with left posterolateral diaphragmatic bugdalic hernia with right mediastinal shift. This is the answer. French syndrome is a long shot because it's not microglossia, it's macroglossia, not microglossia with protruding tongue. It's macroglossia. Laura saying hard to say tongue seem protruded, so I'm go with Big-Vis-Widman. I agree with Big-Vis-Widman. Yes. Macroglossia is too prominent, like Tatiana said, to be a result of microglossia. So it's better to say that this case is a case of Big-Vis-Widman syndrome. To achieve Big-Vis-Widman, you need two things. What are the two things? Something is GIT and something in and the tongue. So the tongue here is protruding and it's a macroglossia. And also, if you continue the lovely video, you will notice something very important after the macroglossia, like we have seen. After the macroglossia, there is diaphragmatic hernia and there is a small, like we say, an omphalocele here apparent. There is a small omphalocele that is apparent at the origin of the umbilical cord, or insertion of the umbilical cord. And also you will notice the diaphragmatic hernia where the stomach is including in the chest together with part of the liver and part of the bowel. And this is the omphalocele that we have talking about. So it's a case of diaphragmatic hernia associated with the omphalocele and associated with protruding tongue, and we can call it Big-Vis-Widman syndrome, my friends. Daniel Patterson, yes, said Big-Vis-Widman syndrome, macroglossia, congenital diaphragmatic omphalocele, polyhydramnios. Yes, bravo, Daniel Patterson. It was a wonderful answer, my friend. So let's take from here, let's take Big-Vis-Widman and go to our blog as we are accustomed, and we will change here the description.
صباح البشر صباح الفل.
Big-Vis-Widman syndrome, yes. Macroglossia, congenital diaphragmatic hernia, omphalocele, and polyhydramnios. Big-Vis-Widman syndrome. And you can go and check out our website for illustration about Big-Vis-Widman syndrome. This is our weekly ultra post, my friends. Okay, after Big-Vis-Widman syndrome, which was the star of the week, let's go to our sixth case for this week, which was a lovely case, and the case did have many findings. Let's enumerate the findings, which was a cavum vergi, enlarged cavum, and also we did find in the same case the Dandy-Walker variant, vermian hypoplasia, and then we did find also in the same case brachycephaly, and we did find in the same case what's called persistent left superior vena cava and smaller hypothymus. So the DeGeorge syndrome is a very good possibility because of the small thymus. Enlarged CSP, cisterna magna, complex heart defect, which is persistent left superior vena cava, and an inlet VSD, hypoplastic thymus. So Daniel Peterson said an umbilical cord cyst also with hypertrophy biventricular, very good, VSD, persistent left superior vena cava, the abnormal posterior fossa, Dandy-Walker variant mostly. So Daniel Peterson, please go think about the like we say, the DiGeorge syndrome. DiGeorge syndrome is a very good possibility with all these enumerated cases. Enumerated. Here, Amber is saying trisomy 18. It's a very strong possibility. Yes, it's a very strong possibility. Either that, also without the capital, also it's a strong possibility. So having trisomy 18 is a strong possibility. Also, I did consult with Professor Moshe in a group, Moshe Brunstein, and he said that this case might be trisomy 18. So we do have here another opinion from Professor Moshe is saying that it's a trisomy 18 case. Maybe this is the case, but I will go also with George. And I need to see here the answer from my friend. I need to see answer from my friend from Ukraine. Let's go see an answer from my friend from Ukraine. Enlarged CSP, suspected posterior fossa. It's not big pouch cyst. It's as hypothyroidism, yes. No, the both ventricles are micro deletion, George syndrome. Bravo, 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 my friend. So let's put our answer in a good manner and go and take the comment here, George syndrome, as a possibility. Let's take here, and George syndrome is a very important. So let's go and write our answer. George syndrome, and I will go for Ob&gyn. Ob&gyn. Then the Walker variant. Then the Walker. The problem is there is too much information. Then the Walker variant. Vermian hypoplasia. With persistent left superior vena cava, fourth vessel in the level of the three vessels, VSD, hypoplastic thymus. This is the good answer, hypoplastic thymus. VSD by ventricular hypertrophy. Also, I will take the same answer and put it by ventricular hypertrophy. Hypoplastic thymus. That was the wonderful answer that we will give for. And let's give here Dr. Muhammad. Yes, this answer. And then go and change our blog like we are accustomed to. Another George syndrome, Ob&gyn, and the Walker variant, Vermian hypoplasia, persistent hypoplastic thymus. We can remove the biventricular hypertrophy as a start. We can remove also the Ob&gyn and the Walker variant. I need to put commas here. Comma here. Enough to say the persistent left superior vena cava and VSD. And before it, write here a comma, hypoplastic thymus, comma, yes, George syndrome. So it was a very complex case, my friends, the George syndrome, which is apparent due to the hypoplastic thymus. Yes. So we did change here our block VSD is important. Biventricular hypertrophy, hypoplastic thymus. Kevin-Vergi is important. Then the Walker variant is more important than the Walker variant. Yes, remove the biventricular hypertrophy, hypoplastic thymus, yes. Okay, let's go back to our final case for this week. Our final case for this week, which will be a case of, like we have said, Friday for friends. You can send me your case if you are willing to. This week's case from Dr. Faiza Katrani from Libya, and she is demonstrating what we call the pentalogy of Cantrell. It's the same as the limb body wall complex, but with the heart outside. With the heart outside, my friends, like this. So after the limb body wall complex phase, you can find the same case. Like Dr. Danielle said, it's a pentalogy of Cantrell, and I have told her, yes, it's a case of pentalogy of Cantrell. It's a case of pentalogy of Cantrell, and you can find another case of pentalogy of Cantrell, but in first trimester. You can find another case of pentalogy of Cantrell in the first trimester. Yes, this is the one. This is the one. This is a case of pentalogy of Cantrell in the first trimester, my friends. You will find here the heart is outside of the chest cavity, like this. The heart is outside the chest cavity, like in this case of pentalogy of Cantrell, my friends. So, shout out to all my friends. Shout out to all my friends. You can attend our YouTube live now, and you will find the findings are 5 findings, but all the findings of limb body wall complex with ectopia cordis. So let's change our blog and write here for Dr. Faiza Katrani, yes, pentalogy of Cantrell, fetal ultrasound by Dr. Faiza Katrani. Thank you, my friends. See you next week, inshallah.